Benvenuti studenti. Welcome students. This is CUA 145. That's our Italian. Benvenuti studenti. Welcome. Okay, so we're starting with that. Today we're going to be working with chapter 16, which is cake mixing and baking. And we are going to prepare actually 3 different types of cakes. First one's going to be a farmer's cake, which I have all the ingredients here. Next is going to be an angel food cake, and I'll explain how we do that method as well. And then we're going to do a decorated Boston cream pie. Each of you will have your own cake. I will have pastry cream made for you, so you're going to be able to cut your cake, fill it, ice it, pour ganache on it, stripe it in white chocolate, mask the edge of it. Masking is when you put decorations around the edge. We're going to be probably chocolate sprinkles around the edge, stripe it in white chocolate, and then do a really nice design on top. You're also going to be making a fondant rose and a little leaf to put to finish the decoration. So that'll be in a couple of weeks. But today I want to show you first the farmer's cake. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our cream cheese and our sugar, and we're going to put this on the mixer with the paddle attachment because we want to cream it nice and light. We don't want it to have any lumps in it. Now the cream cheese has been sitting out for a little time, which I'll have ready for you, and our sugar. Okay, so then we have our eggs. I'm going to move the mixer a little closer. So we're going to have this, break this down. So while that's creaming, I'm going to sift together the sugar with flour, cocoa powder, a baking soda, and salt. So we're going to sift this. That way, in case there's any lumps, dry flour, hard pieces, sometimes the flour gets stuck in it. So we got rid of that. Get rid of that. So now we have our mixture here. This is all our dry ingredients. It's such a simple cake, but it's so good. I'm going to scrape the sides down on here on our mixer just so we can make sure it's... Now this is called a chocolate farmer's cake just because it has a cream cheese filling in it. There's cream cheese filling and it has chocolate chips in the cream cheese. It's so good. It is delicious. It's another one of my favorite cakes. So I have it on speed 4. Okay, so dry ingredients are all together. Here we have our water, our oil, our vanilla, and our vinegar. Vinegar is an acid. It's going to react with the baking soda and turn the chocolate a little bit more deeper and a reddish color. So that's why we're at that. So we're going to add these all together as well because we're going to just, that's how simple this recipe is. You add your wet ingredients, your dry ingredients, and then you put it in your pan and you swirl the cream cheese in it. It's so good. So I have vanilla bean paste here to go in our recipe, which is really nice. And so we should be able to have that as well. So I'm going to take a little bit of the vinegar and I'm going to switch it around here and get the rest of that out. That way we can get every bit of that vanilla bean. There we go. Okay, so there we go. We have our liquids all mixed. We have our dry ingredients mixed. Now we have our little bit of eggs that we're going to add to our cream cheese. I'm going to scrape this one more time just to make sure there's no lumps on the paddle or on the sides of the bowl. It looks really good. I'm going to show you. So it's nice and smooth. Yep, so it's nice and smooth. You can see that. And it's a small amount, but it's okay. You guys don't, it's just a learning method. So this is great. This is what you want to see. Okay, so now I'm going to add the eggs. Now I'm going to add the eggs on a lower speed. And this is a half an egg So it's about 0.85 ounces. So I'm put in part of it. Turn it back up to 4. Let that mix in just for a minute. And then we'll add the rest. Okay, so there's our mixture for our cream cheese mixture. I'll give it a minute. Okay, so while that's mixing, here I have our dry and wet, right? So I'm going to make a little well in the center. A well means you just push the sides of the flour to the edge so you can see the bottom of the bowl. And now I'm going to add our liquids. Make sure we get them all out. Set that down. Make sure this all comes up. Here we go. Very good. So now I'm going to, I like to use the whisk for this. We want it to be nice and smooth. So all we're doing is stirring this to make a nice chocolate batter. That's all we have to do. Like I keep saying, it's such an easy cake, and it really is. See the moisture soaked up the cake? And once you get to that point, give it a good stir. There you go, look at that. Just as simple, that's as simple as cake can be. So that's what it's, these are ready to go in the pan already. So I have 4 pans, and I don't know if we'll get 2 or 3 pans out of it. Okay, I'm going to scrape this down and probably finish it by hand. It's easier because I don't like to throw the chocolate chips. Take it off the bowl off the mixer here. I don't like to mix the chocolate chips with the paddle. It crushes them. It makes the cream cheese turn brown, and so it doesn't look as good. So I'm going to finish this by hand. So like I said, our cream cheese is nice and light. We're mixing in our eggs. I'm going to finish mixing it by hand here. That way I can scrape it, get all those pieces. The cream cheese, like I said, was nice and soft, so it wasn't, it was room temperature, which is really nice, and it'll be room temperature for you when you make this in class. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So that's our batter. It's just that simple. I want to make sure. So it's just simple. That's our filling. So let's throw in our chips. Give that a stir. And we're going to use every bit of this filling. We want to make sure. There we go. So this is our filling. Chocolate chips, cream cheese, sugar, you can't go wrong with that, right? Okay, so let's fill our pans. I have our pans are ready right over here. So these are bakeable, these are disposable pans, but you'll be able to take them home. So it's really nice, it's great, they bake really nice. So I think we're gonna be able to get, let's do maybe, I don't know if you'll get, let's do 2. I think you'll get 2 out of this. And I might take a little bit out of the other, just to even it out. It's just really so good. This is such a good recipe. And it's so simple. It's rich with the cream cheese, but oh my gosh, when you can serve this warm. I do have, I'm going to show you. So yeah, we're going to be able to get 2 out of here. Here. I'll move these off to the side. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. So I am going to take just a little bit out of here. Put it in here. Just to even it out. So we'll get 2. 2 out of this recipe. Okay, we have our batter here. Okay, this is good, very good. All right, now this is what we're going to do next. We're going to split this exactly the same. We're going to do half in one and half in the other. What I want you to do though is kind of put it in a longer line down the center. Is what we want to do. And we're going to marble it just a little. And I'll explain to you what marbling is. Just one second. Let me finish this up. It looks really good. A little bit there. A little bit there. Make sure I get all my chocolate chips out. There. Very good. All right, let me set this to the side. Okay, so this is what